Happy Monday. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you guys once again. We are here on this blessed day. Happy to be alive. Just want to tell everybody once again, we have some new subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. When you look at this, I refer to you as the Healing Army, because prior to you getting here with this movement, guess what? You've been healing in your separate individual lives. So I appreciate you, and I'm thankful, and the earth is thankful, the universe is thankful, human beings are thankful, because we're here to be a blessing to others. So welcome to all those who've been here. Thank you, the Healing Army. You guys are showing up. LinkedIn, I love you so much. LinkedIn, to my LinkedIn family. As you look at this video, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And more importantly, hit that notification bell. Bing! Because I post every Monday. Sometimes I may post Wednesday. I got some feedback from the Healing Army. So, you know, you want to make sure you get that alert, because you want to share this video. You want to like this video. It's a movement. We are in April, and we need to get to these missing fathers, to not to browbeat them or body slam them or slander or beat them down. They've been beaten down enough. But just try to get them to come aboard so we can start a virtual healing movement. Therefore, meaning getting these men in these virtual movement and group settings so they can get, emotional healing, and they can resume their parenting. They can resume their fatherhood. So I'm just praying that come to pass. So wanted to discuss this topic today, okay, on how missing father correlates to high crime rates. And I did something on some video. If you look, I have a plethora of video. If you look, you just joining this channel, you can look. I did a video on how incarceration affects, but I want to kind of unpack that more and get more involved with that. So I've read this report that was very interesting. I'm just going to kind of like look down sometimes because I have some notes, so I won't, again, give the misleading information. But according to a research report that was dated in 2015, it's now 2021, so we're talking approximately almost 5.5 years ago. So these are the stats and numbers I'm gonna give to you. But from that point, 2015 to now, today, there are more than 25 million, y'all, children who has missing fathers. 25 million, that is a staggering number. 25 million families who have a missing father. And this is from, we're talking about from divorce, we're talking about single mother that are out there raising the sons and the daughters. So we're talking about broken families versus intact families, okay? So the intact family could mean marriage, could be the mother and a stepfather, even a stepfather, but a mother and a father, the conventional. So we're talking about 25 million that are fatherless, that are missing fathers because of different reasons or another, that are out here today. What does that do? Well, most importantly, it causes poverty, it causes emotional detachment, and it causes delinquency, which goes into high crime rates, which leads into imprisonment, okay? And this is all the effects of missing fathers and fathers that are not make up the whole family, which we refer to as intact families. So the literature denotes that there are these children that are in broken families, guess what? They are 3 more times likely to end up in prison, to end up in high crime rates than their counterpart peers who are in intact families, okay? I mean, this dates back all the way to the 19th century. I mean, we had officials from a New York State Prison Penitentiary in Auburn. It was stated that the men, they were doing research, and they was trying to figure out why is the high rates of incarceration from these men. And they noticed that, guess what? A lot of those men reported, this is the 19th century, reported that they didn't have the father in their life. They didn't have that emotional connection with their father, which led to delinquency, which led to high crime rates, which led to imprisonment. There was also a study back in 1820, from 1829 to 1830, right? The literature, the reporting, the government, the literature reported back then that it suggested that broken family that results from death, and of course we can't control that, but from desertion or divorce led to unruly children, which later became criminals. So that desertion part that really got my ear is the father just leaving, absconding. I've been talking about that in many of my videos, but when the father deserts and leaves, there's no room for some bonding, emotional bonding with the children. So therefore that leads to high crime rates. You know, missing fathers, I want to let you know, when you leave, when you impregnate a woman, whether you're married to her and you desert her, or you're not married to her and you desert her, guess what? You abandon the mother. Now the mother has the children, where she gets, you know, overwhelmed, because, you know, children from 0 to like 5 or 6, they are really heavy. They are needy, emotionally needy. They are needy. And if the mother has 1, 2, 3, or 4 perhaps, or 2 or 1, that is very overwhelming, emotionally taxing. And she's trying to also work, provide, be the breadwinner. She's serving dual roles, and you left her. Guess you abandoned her, excuse me. Then now that means that the child, the offspring, continues to make more demands as he or she continues to get older in developmental stages. Guess what? It put a taxing on the mother emotionally. Sometimes she becomes emotionally detached with the child because she's overwhelmed with all the demands. And guess what? The child now doesn't have the emotional attachment. It's hard for him to fit in with his peers. And then emotional attachment, and then boom, there you go. Goes to criminality, criminals, high rates of crime. Also, I want to talk about missing fathers when you abandon the sons. When you desert and you abandon the sons, guess what happens? The son now do not have, you know, you add that emotional attachment that the son already had with the mother, but it's a plus, and it adds more benefits when you're there, when you don't abandon your son. Because when you abandon your son, guess what? It's hard for him to figure out and identify what is a man to do. It's hard for him to express emotion and learn how to express emotion, because he doesn't have that personal security that he should learn from you. He doesn't have that personal inner security, so therefore he becomes insecure, which then among his friends, that leads to possibly sociopathic behavior. And sociopathic behavior leads to high crime rates, criminality, and imprisonment. You see how you affect your sons and your children. Also, last but least, absent fathers, you provide what? Authority and discipline. So when you desert the mother, you're not there to, you know, that famous saying, when you all children, you know, the intact families, your mother get upset, you're doing something not right, and then the mother says, you know what? Wait till your father gets home. And you knew, oh crap. That was the form of authority. The child revered the authority figure, the discipline. But if you don't have that, and the sons or the daughters never had that discipline and that authority figure, in addition to the mother, then well, guess what happens? It goes straight into high crime rates, delinquency, and eventually an imprisonment. So the whole piece of it is that I just want to try to get to you, missing father. This is the domino effect that you cause when you desert, when you leave. It goes to high crime rates, and we have a lot of high crime rates because you left. And there's a lot of missing fathers out here. 25 million children that are not intact families. That's a staggering. So we need to want to try to close that gap, because we know that intact families have a lower crime rates. They had lower crime rates, low imprisonment when you have the father present. So we need to reduce that number, reduce these privatized prisons, reduce the industrialized prison system. We need to cut that. Yes, we need legislation as well. Not saying that to change the criminal system. Not saying that at all. But what I am saying, we can control what we can control. Mr. Father, you can control this by being present. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love y'all. Males, listen up. Boys, do what they want to do. Men, do what they have to do. Hit that subscribe button. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week. God bless you. Peace.